And you will experience it.
About Joe Cronin, like I could care less. I'm not really a fan of Joe Cronin, but definitely not a fan.
He thinks he's Howard Stern, and he's got a cool way of talking in the microphone, and he's a very shock jock or whatever. But I have to explain, he looks like one of those guys from Long Island that wants to be a white rapper.
That guy is retarded, and yeah, I could care less about him, dude.
This is the Epic Voice Guy. You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show.
That's right. It's October, and you can get away with covering a little typo in October. What's up, chat? It's Tuesday, and tonight AEW's on Tuesday. I don't believe it. Little typo. I don't want to get copyrighted, so I didn't play the real song.
Loving you was like loving the dead.
I love my cock.
Loving you, loving you was like loving the dead.
Loving you was like loving the
Yes, you cannot play Type O Negative or Roadrunner Records will come down upon you, and they will take your monetization away. So you just record your own versions. It's October, though. It will be celebrating Type O Negative all October, and that's what I've been doing for some people that have been paying attention. It's been a theme every other episode, every week or so. I've made sure to drop something, and a lot of them are like background things, to be honest. But listen, it's Tuesday. Dynamite is tonight. For the people that forget or are forgetting or whatever, Dynamite is tonight because of the baseball playoffs, right? I mean, we got the, paying homage to dead fucks. Yes, that's right, AB. That's right, WB. That's basically what we're doing. It's a... I'm hoping tonight's fun. I'm hoping tonight is good. After last night, sour taste in my mouth. We're going to get a break from wrestling, though. We're going to get a Wednesday, Thursday, a two-day break of wrestling where we get into, Friday night, which will be interesting. I have kind of a lot of little topics here to get to. This is going to be probably a short show. I don't think I'm going to have a ton to say. Maybe 30 minutes. You never know what will happen on these shows. But right now, I plan on being live for 30 minutes. You never know what will end up happening. But, I'm going to quickly mention, Doomcock trashing Picard Season 3 and attacking Robert Byron Burnett the other day. Really quickly. This will be a really quickly thing. Most of you don't even know about it. Don't care about it. We're going to talk about Baron Corbin again really quickly because I think we talked about it last night, but I just think it's silly, and I think that I listened to Brian Alvarez's take on it. He had pretty much the same take as me and all of us, I think, as far as Baron Corbin goes and JBL. Problem is, one of the other things he brought up, which is we talked about last night being very boring, and one thing that he mentioned that I don't think I went into enough the other day is that the match was just so goddamn long, and I don't understand. It was like everything was set up to bore the hell out of you last night. It felt like it was just very bad. We talked about it last night, obviously. Issues. What is there? There's something else too. Oh, we got James Gunn could be directing Superman, Man of Steel. I want to talk about how I felt about Man of Steel and Superman and that sort of thing. I'm not really into movies anymore, superhero movies. I'm kind of out on them. I don't care anymore about them that much. I don't really watch them. And I mean, growing up, I was a big Batman and Superman fan. That was my thing, was Batman, Superman, and X-Men. Those were my favorite things. Batman, Superman, and X-Men. And I could make a list in a small list of what, I really love. And still Batman and Superman and X-Men are still not even close to on the plane of how I feel about things like Star Trek. So, we'll talk a little bit about that sort of thing. I'll talk about anything you guys want to talk about. We are definitely live for a little bit here. Hopefully this alert goes out to everybody. Obviously, I'll be live tonight with the AEW review. So hope you guys join me for that. We are looking for at least a couple new patrons on Patreon. We need your help on Patreon big time, right? I in general, we need to be funded a lot more than I am. And I don't start shows off mentioning that a lot, but we get such good support from everybody. It's amazing. But if 20 to 30 people right now jumped over there and became a $5 or $10 patron, that would change the landscape of things over here. It'd even allow me to maybe hire some people and things like that. Probably not hire people, but whatever. You want to support the channel, go for it. I'm trying to bring as much content as I can now with all the allotted time that I have. We're sort of close, but I don't know. It's hard. It's very hard right now. But I will say, we are looking at appealing to some billionaires out there to fund the show. So we've spoken to a couple billionaires, and they are planning on funding the show potentially, sponsoring the show. One of them is a billionaire who wants to, he wants to advertise. You guys remember Home Improvement when they used to have Tool Time, and the whole reason Tool Time happened on the TV station for Tim Allen was because Binford Tools supported and sponsored Home Improvement. So they were able to do tool time, you know? And so we have an investor that's amazing right now. They're a billionaire, okay? Now this guy wants to take live baby hearts and he wants to sort of separate them from the body of the baby. And yes, certainly the bodies of the babies will be incinerated, but the hearts will be used for potentially curing male pattern baldness in the future. And I think this company, Bahiatron, is important, and we're looking to get him as a sponsor. So if we could be sponsored by this man, and his name is, I believe, Bradley. His name is Bradley Christopher, or Christofferson, I'm sorry. Bradley Christofferson, amazing. He may be into our show. He may be able to back our show. And while, you know, I understand how you guys feel. It may be a little bit difficult, you know, the baby heart thing, and it is a little bit questionable, like, you know, ethically maybe, but you know what I mean? You got to break a few omelets, you know, to make some eggs, right? And honestly, everything you guys love and do in the world has been a horrible study or something sort of dangerous behind it. I mean, just look at the vaccines, right? I mean, they won't. You get the vax and it all just goes away. Nobody will get infected, they said. So, you know, and that's a lie. But, you know, hey, listen, we all got it, though. So at least it got the job done. What does it matter if they lied to you about the cocoa, jabby jab? What does it matter? Because in the end, the end justifies the means, right? So I think it will be great. We'll be able to do way more shows. We'll be able to do like hours and hours of content here. It's just going to cost us a few children. That's in baby hearts. Like, it's not even a big thing. And we'll cure male pattern baldness. Like, I'm turning bald. So in 10 years, I could have my full set of hair again. And these kids would have been coat hangered anyway. So it doesn't matter. Think about it. Anyway, but that's where your money's going. But that's where we could get this man as our sponsor, a billionaire, a sponsor of this show, and he's willing to put up, dare I say, $500,000, $500,000 for 5 years. So for 5 years, I'll promote him on every show, and it's $500,000, and that's it, guys. I no longer even need live donations. I'm just ready to go. And we're sponsored by Dead Babies and Hearts that give life. You know, I don't like the word dead babies. I don't really like that. I think we're going to call it voluntarily heart transitioning volunteer children. That could be better. That's better, I think. Dead babies, that doesn't sound good. Or maybe like infant transfers of, oh, here we go. Infant transfers of ventricle life. There we, oh my God. There it is, guys. Hey, listen, if you're listening to the man who wants to fund us, the billionaire, if you're listening, forget what you told me about it. Never say that again to anybody. Infant transfers of ventricle life. I came up with it. There you go. Don't you guys want to be part of a show that supports infant transfers of ventricle life? Of course. Of course. Or maybe it could be infant transfers of ventricle life towards hair follicle subsidiary, or hair follicle to hair follicle growth promotion. Beautiful. I love that name. Infant transfers of ventricle life to hair follicle growth promotion. That is beautiful. And this person's going to support us. I may never have to worry about the IRS again. You know what I'm saying? This is a great idea. I come up with good ideas. And this guy is going to be an amazing sponsor of the show. Let me tell you that much.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers.
General Santos.
I'll be honest. I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Mr. Popo. I have put AJ Adams on hiding. He got scared. He left his balls and run up a banana tree. That tree monkey. Why does that be tech Filipino fear our emperor devious Dave Rose? Joe, I hope Brenna knows Philippines best country in world.
Wait, what did you say? Joe, I hope Brenna knows the Philippines the best country in the world. General Santos, thank you. General Santos, it's so funny. That's so funny, man. I've had a lot of talk about the Philippines recently. Speaking of my daughter, who I don't like to bring up my kids all the time, but I will say, man, I am super proud of my daughter. She is she joined cheerleading, and this is her first year, and she's had 2 competitions so far. 2 competitions, and they compete against like 10 or 11 other teams in these competitions. They have come in first place 2 weeks in a row. So to me, at this point, my daughter's team are, probably really competing for state at this point in their age bracket. So I think that that's pretty interesting, man. Like, it's not even I now don't believe it's a question of of competing locally. I think now it's basically a question of competing for state. And for whatever reason, that's pretty good, man. Good job on her. Leah has to get up at like fucking 5 a.m. on these things. So it's been crazy for everybody, but it's fun, man, when your kid gets to do something fun. And so congrats to her, man. And my daughter, she's two first place in a row, man. They beat out 20 teams in 2 weeks. Twice. I was like, wow, like what the hell? So she's pretty happy. There she is, happy. And so shout out to her. Speaking of bringing up her, it's very nice. That being said, I'm having a, like I said, last night with Raw, it's like, man, the match was just too long. I don't understand what they did with Baron Corbin. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand what they're thinking, I don't understand why they would do what they do and why it was so slow last night. It was dead. It was like sleepy time last night. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to go to bed. It was 3 hours of bedtime last night until JBL started screaming at everybody. And then I was like, okay, when JBL started screaming at people, I was like, all right, like, this is pretty good. And then it just went to shit, bro. It went to absolute shit. Like, immediately. Like, I wanted to go to bed last night. I almost did. I almost wrote in the chat, going to bed, forget this, I'm out. Like, you guys, good luck. I almost did that because it was just hard to bear last night. It really was. Let me see. Oh, my bad, Welsh. My bad, Welsh. I fixed it. How did I do that? I also think that here's the thing about Superman too. Going into Superman real quick. Superman. I love Superman 1 and 2. I really do. The 80s Supermans 1 and 2, love them. Christopher Reeves. The other ones had problems, but the first 2 I loved. And Man of Steel I almost loved, but I thought, by the way, the beginning when they had to send Superman to Earth, like, and the whole thing with him, I thought that was one of the most emotional and sad and impactful versions that I'd ever seen. I absolutely loved that. And while Man of Steel was a bit somber and like, I don't want to say dark, but it was dark, but it was somber. Like, it was very gray toned, dim lit, like what's his face would normally make a movie. Whoever, I forget who the director was now, but he did a lot of things like that. But I kind of liked it. The only thing I didn't like the longer it went on, the worse to me it got. And by the end with General Zod, I just didn't like Superman snapping his neck, really, or whatever. I didn't like how that had to happen. I didn't like that they destroyed the city completely. Those were the things that were the problem, where Superman kind of wasn't Superman enough for me or whatever. But That was my only problem. So I think I gave Man of Steel like a 7 out of 10. You know what I mean? It definitely was different. And I always thought that the next movie could be so much better. And then we never really got that to me. I really didn't get that. So, you know, I'd like to see if we could get to that point where we see a second one. By the way, guys, click the like button and stick the thumb up my ass if you guys can. Also, if you want to tell my mother to piss off, the link is in the chat up top. Right now, you want to tell my mother to go to hell? The link is up on the top of the chat right there. The link to it is right there. Or you can super chat down below, or you can just click the like button. Whatever it is you want to do, feel free to do it. Have a good time. That being said, let's see what other people are saying.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Also, NXT is on tonight as well. I see NXT beating you in the ratings.
Man, Retro Neon, I don't know, dude. I can't see that. You might be right. I mean, it could happen. I don't know what kind of viewership drop that AEW is going to get tonight. But I'll give you my prediction. My prediction is NXT, I think, NXT tonight will do 695,000. This is my prediction. We can take a screenshot of it this way. And I think that AEW will do 845,000. Or no, I think 820, I think is what I said the other day. I'll say 820. So I will say, I guess this is the wrong way to do a greater than, but I'll just do that because I'm lazy. I'm going to say AEW hits 820,000 tonight, and NXT is 695. Now, I don't know which one. I could be wrong. I'm just saying I think I disagree with that. But we'll see. We'll see what's up with that. My mother is 72 years old, so, I mean, you could try. You know, she is a widow, so you could attempt to get with her if you want, John. Yeah, that's a good point.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete.
AJ Adams.
I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
AJ Adams dropping a dono.
Colonel Coconuts, you shit-skin mud hut boy.
Oh.
Your people hang from trees, eat bananas, and banged by spider monkeys. Tree midget.
Oh, my God. AJ Adams with a sick $3 donation. That is absolutely despicable. And I'm going to say that, I'm going to put General Santos as the top dono, though. I am going to say that. General Santos is the biggest sponsor of this stream. With $5. So there you go. General Santos, top donation, $5. So, you can make fun of him all you want, AJ Adams, but, he is funding the show. I will say that. A little bit. Well, he funded my coffee. Let's say that. Cheers, General Santos, for the coffee. Joe, you should have AJ Adams and General Santos to debate sometime. I agree with that. We've had AJ Adams plenty of times, but how are we going to get General Santos? I don't think he's ever called. Nor do I know if he could call. So that's really the problem. I don't know if we could ever get General Santos to call the show. So, to be honest, that's the issue. I don't know if we're going to get that. So if we could get that, then, I'd certainly be willing to do that. I would love a debate between the two of them. I mean, we may have to do it somewhere else, not on YouTube, because of the racially motivated language the two of them would use. I mean, let's be honest, AJ Adams would use all kinds of racial slurs towards Filipinos, and Colonel Santos would use all kinds of racist terms towards African Americans. So it would be a very contentious fight that, and probably I'd get blamed somehow for it. Like, this is what white people do. They have their racism through other races, like something like weird, so we'd have to do it like on JoeCroninShow.net or live somewhere else. Devious Dave Rose in the chat says, AJ Adams couldn't win a debate against a brick wall. Good Lord. Well, we'd have to see about that. Devious Dave Rose could be right. Let's hear a little bit about Brian Alvarez said about, because last night I said, first of all, Baron Corbin is dressed like a fucking idiot. Last night, Baron Corbin, you're trying to get a guy over, and then you send the guy out looking like this. Dude, he looks like a fucking idiot. That hat has got to go. That hat's got to go. Wear a cowboy hat, but don't wear that hat. That looks ridiculous. And then the leather thing that he had on looks fake. The color scheme is trash. The pants are the only good thing. Man, he looks fucking like retard cream soda. And I mentioned, everything. JBL had a great promo, and that was about it. JBL made me want to see JBL wrestle again, not see Baron Corbin. So that was bad. And then Baron Corbin had a 900-minute match, and it was ridiculous. And I think Brian Alvarez thought similar things. Listen to this.
Instead of like running over guys, like in a debut and just like looking like a monster, they wanted to show that he's a really good wrestler and he's got a bad rap. And they were going to put him in there and have a great match. And the match was fine, but it was not a great match either. And I did feel, I don't want to say it was bad or anything, but it did feel like it was too long for the story they were trying to tell. And, and he's managed by JBL. So JBL is back as his mouthpiece. And they're trying to like push that he's like the second coming of God, I mean, when they've actually used that term, he's the new God of wrestling, right after Gotch, I guess. Right. And, so I guess, with JBL there, he's probably going to get a big push. And they explained that he was traded for Rey Mysterio, which sounds like JBL was talking about like it was.
Hawk, let me tell you, this guy can cut a promo, and he got a lot of heat with the Texas Oklahoma stuff, which
it's really easy to do, in Texas and Oklahoma because of the football rivalry. So
it's easy heat, but man, that guy's got great delivery. He was really good on this show.
We agreed with that last night. We said JBL nailed it. JBL was awesome. JBL was the best part of Raw last night, in my opinion. The best part of Raw.
Yeah.
And he did commentary later, and it was like, maybe they should just hire this guy, because he's great. So anyway, he talked about how he was going to introduce his newest, Raw's newest edition, because Ray had been drafted to SmackDown, or traded to SmackDown.
Traded.
So out comes Baron Corbin. He is no longer happy. He is now Baron Corbin. And they run down Dolph Ziggler, and this leads to Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler. And there were two problems here. There were three problems here. Problem number one was it was Baron Corbin. Problem number two was it was Dolph Ziggler. And problem number three was they got 14 minutes. And man, this just went on and on. And
it was fine.
It was fine, but
there was nothing. There was like nothing bad about this match at all.
There's nothing wrong with the match in a vacuum, but dude, nobody cared about this match because they already don't care about Baron Corbin. They never care about Ziggler because he never does anything.
Yeah,
and it went on an eternity.
I did. I just thought it was. It was like it was a by the book match. It was like if you pictured a match with these two guys.
It was way too long. It was way too long, and we said that yesterday. But what I didn't get was that it was too long. I mentioned it was boring. None of it worked. It was boring. Baron Corbin looks ridiculous in what he's wearing. JBL cutting a promo was the only good thing, and it reminded me of Lance Archer. It reminded me of Lance Archer in AEW when Jake the Snake Roberts would cut a promo. This man is so cool and calculated. What's going to happen when you're so... And you're like, wow, oh my God, Jake Roberts is so good on the promo. I want to see Jake Roberts in the ring. And then Lance Archer is just so bad that he erases everything. Well, that's what happened here with Baron Corbin. It's like he was so boring. Like, boring Corbin. Like, dude, get rid of this guy. Just get rid of him. Or give him a bike again. Why can't Baron Corbin go back to the black pants and the studded things on the pants? Why can't he come out with a motorcycle? And why can't we call him Death Rider or something like that? Why don't you repackage Baron Corbin? And Baron Corbin now is no longer Baron Corbin. In fact, Baron Corbin doesn't even say much. Baron Corbin is now almost like a Kane figure. He doesn't say much. And he's like a keeps to himself loner who shows up with a cool entrance. He goes to the top of the ramp and he goes, and then right as he revs the motorcycle, then fireworks go off like crazy, and then he comes down to the ring like fucking like crazy with the motorcycle, and he fucking parks the motorcycle, and he gets off the motorcycle, and when he gets off the motorcycle, I don't know, the bike lights up or something. And or his helmet lights up like crazy, and then he takes the helmet off, puts it on the bike, and he gets in the ring, and he's all business, and he beats the shit out of people, and he says something in the microphone like one word, 1 or 2 word catchphrase or something like that. How cool would that be if he sat at the and nobody knew who it was? Like this guy was showing up, and I think somebody did that in TNA. Now that I think about it, I think it was a female, right? Was showing up with a motorcycle or something. So it was kind of a ripoff, but that's not where I got it from. I was just thinking of him and what he could be, and he loves motorcycles. Let the guy come down to the motorcycle and have a cool long cape or a crazy outfit, and call him the Death Rider or something like that. Like, how cool would that be? I don't know, like think of some music. Comes down to the ring. I don't know if I can find something that's like cool. Like I couldn't find a good video. I was looking for a video of someone driving a motorcycle to the ring, but it's all Undertaker, WrestleMania and stuff, and that's too much. But if he just had like a bike to come down to the ring all cool, and he parks it, and he gets off, and he's not Baron Corbin anymore, because, dude, the fucking name Baron Corbin sucks. Baron Corbin. Corbin Dallas. Baron Corbin. Or even Corbin would be better. You go Vince McMahon, one name. But I think Baron Corbin should come down on a motorcycle with a crazy mask, maybe even paints his face now, and he's a loner, and he's called the Death Rider. And that's what he does. He comes down as the Death Rider. It'd be awesome. Because he can wrestle the same way. He's got the deep six. He's cool. That's all he is he's cool, he says very little, and he's to himself, and he's all business, and just make him that, because even if that's boring and it doesn't really work out, well, that's what he does now. So what the hell's the difference? Chuck Palumbo took a motorcycle? Let me see. Motorcycle. All I can find is Undertaker. That's all I can find is Undertaker. Unfortunately. I got Triple H and Stephanie from that WrestleMania entrance. That was cool, but we need somebody coming down to the ring on a motorcycle. And it can't be Undertaker, because we'll probably get copyright for that. But I am telling you, let me see. Baron Corbin entrance. But imagine Baron Corbin coming down on a motorcycle. Because, you know, he used to be that guy that was kind of like, oh, I'm a cool, you know, dark biker guy. And that didn't work out anymore. They moved him over to, you know, comedic relief, and he shaved his head because he was going bald. But at this point, it's like, no, it's the bald. It doesn't work anymore. Just shave the head and, you know, maybe paint the face with something and come down on a fucking motorcycle, bro. And change his name to, you know, now what did they call, well, you can't call him his move Deep Six, but I don't know, bro. They got to do something, though. This fucking outfit doesn't work. This outfit don't work. What the fuck is this outfit? Who made this? Shoot whoever made this. Who the hell made this friggin' outfit for this guy? What is this? The pants are all right, but get rid of the upper shirt. Or at least make the whole upper shirt cream colored or black. But good God, this looks horrible. What is this? He looks like, I don't even know what he looks like, but it's wrong. Let him wear a cutoff t-shirt and his leather pants he used to wear. That looks better than this. This looks stupid. Dude, how can you possibly think that this looks okay? This doesn't look okay. Who let him do this? Just release the guy because you don't know what to do. And you don't care, or it's a joke or something. I mean, dude, listen. Homeless Corbin kind of worked a little bit. Remember when he was homeless or whatever? That kind of worked. It was kind of funny. King Corbin worked. Kind of. It was annoying, and I didn't really like it, but it was better than this. It was better than this. This is the worst he's been. For all the times everybody complained about Baron Corbin and how bad or good or boring or whatever he is, this is the worst version of Baron Corbin we have gotten yet. But if you put him on a bicycle and he comes down the ring on a bike, you got something. Watch this. Take me a second to get it up. I swear to God, bro. Look at him come out. Here comes Baron. I mean, this looks great. Imagine him coming out on a bike right here. Imagine him coming out with a bike all in dark leather or something like that. Dark leather. Comes out looking crazy. And he's got a like a big gothic like helmet on or something like that. Oh God, it could be better. He's driving. And then fireworks go off like tonight, the Death Rider is here! And he's here for justice! We've heard all week that he might be here. We've heard the messages from the Death Rider. He's got his sights set on justice and World Wrestling Entertainment. And he set his first sights on The Miz. We don't even know who this Death Rider is. I know exactly who he is. He's a guy, he's a menace. He shouldn't even be here. The fact that he's allowed to even come to the ring is despicable. Well, you don't know that. We don't know what he's here for. He said he wants to bring justice, and based on the fact that The Miz has been doing what The Miz has been doing the last couple of months, screwing people out of opportunities, attacking people. Obviously, the Death Rider has set his sights on The Miz for a reason. That's your opinion. I don't believe in this type of vigilante justice in World Wrestling Entertainment. We don't need it. There's a reason why we have managers and people like that who make decisions. We don't need another wrestler running amok around here trying to enforce his own vigilantism on people to be the judge, jury, and executioner. Well, let's hope nobody gets executed tonight when the Death Rider takes on The Miz. What an unbelievable entrance here. What a bike. That's an impressive bike. He probably stole it from someone. Well, you don't know that. Hey, you don't know he didn't steal it. Well, I could accuse The Miz of stealing lots of things from people, but I don't because I have no basis for it. Well, that's because you don't know how to investigate things and you don't know broadcast journalists like me. Oh, really? Well, where's your proof that the Death Rider stole this bike from somebody? You'll find out soon enough. Okay. Well, the Death Rider, be that as it may, look at the look on The Miz's face. You don't think he's scared? That's not, he looks determined to me. The Miz is always, you think a former world champion is scared? It's like you could come up with all these great little stories. You know what I mean? But no, instead we got this guy dressed like he's the Vegas Knights meets some kind of Oompa Loompa, like, I don't know what he is. I don't understand why. Why? By the way, really quickly, I want to take a second to thank some of the people who became patrons this past week and a half. So if you guys want to donate to the show live or you guys want to bring up a topic, now's the time to do it. Use Super Chat down below or use the donation link up above if you guys like these midday streams. I am late. I'm sorry. It's 4 p.m. This is way later than I meant to be live. I want to be live earlier. I know a lot of you guys would prefer if I was live around 11 a.m., 12 a.m., 1 p.m., so I will be probably trying to do that tomorrow or the next day, rather. Thursday for sure. Thursday will be live earlier. But I do want to shout out to Old School Gamer, who became a $2 patron. VW, or VWolf17, became a $2 patron. Lucas David became a $5 patron. Skittles is back as a $25 producer. Skittles. Luis Urdaneta, $5 patron. Don Edward back in a $10 VIP. And Allison Takwa is now a $2 patron as well. Thank you for her support, and much appreciated. And DWELSH says he has something to tell me. Let's find out if it's important or not. I'm going to find out in a second, maybe. I can get over there. Let's see. Let's see what happens. It is a big news story. You have news about Drew Bar? What? NXT might have a chance tonight. Kevin Owens, blah, 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 blah. Who's that woman? I don't understand what I'm looking at. DWELSH, is that, what am I looking at? I don't understand. That girl's on ESPN? Okay. But why does that matter, though? Some girls on ESPN with a mask? Why is that important? I don't understand. I'm so lost. Did Jericho really sign a 3-year extension with AEW? Is that real? Is that true? I don't see that anywhere yet, but about 800,000 tonight, and I think that NXT will do about 690 or something like that. I forget the exact amount. I put it up earlier. Banana time. Oh, it's funny. I get it. I don't know. Fuck ESPN. I hate ESPN. Let me know when somebody queefs themselves live on ESPN. Then I'll give a damn. You know?
You raised a piece of shit!
Colonel Coconut Pacific Ocean Mexican you tall ass back wet come out your mud hut you coconut field working sent back.
Oh my God. What the hell, AJ Adams? Good Lord. What in the world did you just say? Good God. Kanye West has purchased Parler, by the way. So for everybody who's over there, obviously a lot of us are on Parler. A lot of us are on Getter. A lot of us are on Gab, because we've been kicked off Twitter. Which, by the way, you got to love the game, right? You got to love the game. You're banned from Twitter for life. Okay, well, I make a new account. Oh, you're banned because you tried to evade the ban. Okay, well, I guess I'll make a Gab account, or I guess I'll make a Getter account, or I guess I'll make a Parler account. You're on Parler and Gab? You're a racist Republican Nazi. Okay, well, where am I supposed to go when you've banned me off of Twitter? So I can only be on Twitter. Those other things are extremist sites. So you want me to not exist anymore. See how the game works in America and in the world right now? You're banned, but then if you go over there, oh, you're part of extremism. Oh, okay. So there is no right answer. Is that what you're telling me, left? Is that what the left's telling me? There's no right answer? That's what they're telling you. So you have no choice. If you have opinions they don't like, you're banned. And if you go to some place where you can finally speak, you're a Nazi extremist. You got to love it. Smart idea from authoritarian, totalitarian mind monkeys. And people wonder why I left the left. You don't do that to people. You don't censor people, and then when their only option is to go somewhere else, now they're terrible and they should be killed. Yeah, okay. I don't think so. So that is why I can't wait for the elections. I really can't. I can't wait for them. So Kanye West is on Parler. I don't really agree with Kanye West about a lot of things he says. I really don't agree with a lot of what he says, but I do agree with him pushing the envelope and speaking his mind. Even if his mind is saying things that people consider hateful, if he's being anti, whatever he's doing, I don't like that, and I'm not part of that. I don't want to, but I don't want to ban somebody for their speaking. If somebody says to me, someone says stuff about my personality and my race or whatever, hey, listen, that's weird, but you said that, and now people will always know that about you, and you'll just continue to be that way. I don't need to ban you. I don't need to ban your words and your beliefs to know what's right or wrong. I don't need to do it. I don't need to censor you. I need to absorb more of what you say. Tell me more about your craziness so I know who you are. But if you hide people, they will grow and they will multiply in some hidden area where none of us are seeing until it's too late. And you will get a division of people that are evil and scary. And they'll come out of seemingly nowhere because you won't be able to see it or regulate it somewhat, because it won't be on Twitter and it won't be in the mainstream. It will be hidden somewhere in the dark, dim alleys of other places. So, I just don't believe in that stuff. I don't know what's wrong with everybody. We need a new party in America. We need an independent party, a third party, some party to rise up and be, the logical party, where almost all of us who used to be left or right or things we were need to come into this new party and take back everything. I can't believe Jim Cornette liked Bray Wyatt's recent promo. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought it was all right, too. I just didn't like how it ended. And, man, I dislike Cameron Grimes. Boy, was that cheesy. Let me tell you something. That Cameron Grimes promo, holy shit, was that awkward or what? Cameron Grimes, awkward promo, cheesy promo, annoying. It's me, oh, Cameron. God, that was a bad part of Raw, too. Raw is such a joke. Last night. It's crazy because Raw was pretty good the week before, but last night it was not good. Not enjoy it. Not very good. And if it's a contract extension for Jericho, then that's great. I haven't heard about it, to be honest. Anyway, tonight I will be live after AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite is tonight. Remember that. It is tonight. I'll be live.
Shit bomb.
As soon as it ends tonight.
Aj Adams, shut up, you ugly black bitch.
Oh, my God.
Go get shot again?
Oh, my God. DWELSH going at AJ. Go get shot again. Oh, my God. AJ Adams is the top dono of the stream. Thank you, AJ Adams. Thank you, DWELSH. AJ Adams, shut up. Oh, my God. Go get shot again. That's right. He got shot in a convenience store. That's terrible. DWELSH, thank you for becoming a $5 shit bum. You got to love the rivalry on this show of those two. Don't you just love it? I find it exhilarating. I will be live tonight as soon as AEW ends, right here to review it. I may try to peek in on NXT a little bit, but mostly I'm going to take on AEW tonight, obviously. Again, AEW on a weird night tonight, not Wednesday. It's live tonight. What will happen? I just think it's going to beat Raw for sure because Raw was just so disappointing last night. I am betting it beats Raw. Hopefully Triple H is doing okay, recovering from the Coco. We'll see, though. Let's see what else. That's really it. That's about all I wanted to say. And you guys all have a good day and a good night, and I'll see you tonight. I'll see you tonight for the review. I'll see you tonight. Hit the like button if you can.
This sounds like a fantasy you have in your mind. I'm talking like a prince now.
They certainly laugh at your misfortunes, fuckers. When you play your little fuck game.
Hey, I'm at the bar. You want to go in the restroom?